Okay, so today's question asks, last night I was watching television before I went to bed, and I was disturbed by something I saw. A woman, a celebrity, whose outward appearance, even as I was watching her on television, was quite disturbing. Is quite disturbing. Because then I went to sleep, and there she was in my dreams. And though I can't remember any of the details of the dream, I know it was a very disturbing dream. Everything in the dream was disturbing. I woke up disturbed, and I'm still finding the whole thing quite troubling. I've heard you say that image loves image, and that dreams love dreams, but I don't feel as though I love this particular celebrity at all. So why is she in my dreams? Why is she able to disturb my sleep and then continue to disrupt my life today? Okay, good question. Image does love image, and dreams love dreams. In other words, I've been in a group, we've had a group where someone came in with a dream of a pelican, and by the next month everybody was dreaming pelican. So there's something inherent in the way that image actually works, the action of dreaming and how it touches the imagination in all of us. So when I say that image loves image and dream loves dream, it's a kind of attraction for, in this particular case, it's not an attraction for the actual woman, but for the disturbance that she's able to cause. So when James Hillman says the soul is most profoundly moved by images that are unnatural, distorted, twisted, and in pain, this is what he means. We look at, we watch television and we see a woman or something on television that disturbs us. It's the quality that the image, in this particular case, a celebrity, has to disturb us, to move us. So that it's the moving quality, in other words, the touching quality. When we're moved, we can be moved by horror or disgust, images that are unnatural, twisted, and in pain, or we can be moved by beauty. We can be touched by love. It's a question of how are we moved. And if we can notice that what the dream time is trying to do is actually move us. So what was so disturbing for this woman, what's so disturbing for the dreamer in this case, is the fact that this woman can come along and have this effect, and how disturbing that is. But you don't want to take, it's obviously not this actual celebrity, right? She's in her bed somewhere. She's sleeping wherever she lives in Hollywood. But it's the same is true with the actual dreamer. She can't remember any of the images in the dream, but she knows that she was disturbed, that everything that she experienced in the dream was disruptive to her. But that's the point. The point is to be moved, to be somehow touched into some kind of not knowing about ourselves. And so the celebrity presents herself as an image in the dream, as a mover of the dreamer, as a mover who can disrupt the sort of status quo of things, the stories that we tell ourselves about ourselves, and how this woman has nothing to do with us, or how there's nothing about her that is anything that we'd want to be or we don't like, or but that's precisely why the dream time uses her, picks up on her, for her ability to be disruptive. Remember that Jung said every victory for the soul is experienced as a defeat by the ego. So she wakes up, the dreamer wakes up, and is disturbed by the presence of a disruptive agent. And what we want to notice is the ability for the image to be disruptive, actually, to our waking consciousness. That's actually what it's after. Because a kind of crumbling for our waking world constructions, our ego, and how we normally live is actually required so that there can be any movement at all, so that we can feel actually anything, so that we can be touched into being, and the activity of the dream time can be experienced at all. So, mm, so that's actually what you're noticing. As the dreamer, you're noticing that you are that you're touched in a disruptive kind of way. The disruption is just a detail. It doesn't feel that way because, like I say, everything that is a victory for the soul is experienced as a defeat for the ego. So it feels unnatural. It feels like something you don't want. And on the surface, it is. But if we can get down to what the dream time is actually doing with its disruption, then you can get very curious about what the image actually wants. What does the presence of that image actually want? What's it doing with its disruption? And that's the place that you want to stay, because that becomes a kind of portal to who is visiting here, what's being asked of you now, what capacities of soul you're being asked to develop in the face of this disruption. Okay? There's my answer. Thank you.